What is a document inventory list and why should I care as a small business owner? My name is Paul Vasquez with Tax Lab. We help people save tens of thousands of dollars in taxes, and so can you. My undergraduate degree was in economics, and then I went on to law school. So when I do accounting, bookkeeping, payroll, tax advisory services, I bring in all those aspects and I try to make sure that the advice that we're giving can apply in a multifaceted approach. So just like a packing slip might tell you everything that you're going to expect inside of a shipment, the document inventory list tells you all the receipts, documents that you're going to find in that folder or container or envelope that you're putting it in. What more is that list can be updated to let you know that a document has been removed and is stored elsewhere. This is important if you're trying to keep track of your expenses, and especially if you have to bring in multiple people on the process. It can be easy for us to forget at the end of the year what happened in the beginning of the year or the third week of February in the prior year, now that you're in the third week in the next year. Might be hard to think back on a particular day and remember what happened and where you stored everything. But if you're following this paper tracking system, this is going to help you. Now, this system can be easily translated into a digital one. We can talk about that at some other point. But we're going to do the very kind of basic, small business owner, shopkeeper type method here. Also, this is good then if you need to pass this on to a third party, they're going to have a complete list of everything to expect. So if something's not in there, if something is not on that document inventory list or document manifest, then they're going to say, hey, your document inventory list or document manifest says this, but I only see this. Did it fall out? Where is this one document or receipt? Also, document inventories and document manifests could help you if you're ever asked to submit this document for audit or for any type of legal reasons. You've got full list of the documents that you're utilizing in that case. So these document inventories, the document manifest, has multifaceted reasons or many reasons why it's important to utilize these things in business. Do you have to do these? No. Can you be that maverick who's flying by the seat of their pants? Absolutely. However, maybe hire somebody to help, and so that way you can be that maverick who's going around doing all the fun stuff, I guess, and then somebody who maybe enjoys the puzzles and the intricacies of being able to have a more audible or trustworthy record of what's been going on. You can always, find somebody to help you in those areas where it's going to benefit you, but maybe you're not excited about. But if you're in a position where you can't afford to pay somebody else, then you might be the one stuck doing this as part of kind of the side of the business that maybe you don't like to do, but it needs to be done. So now back to our receipt. We've got a receipt here. I guess that's a January receipt, but I made a February folder because I'm in February now. I've already got a January one. So I found this receipt floating around. I was looking for it. I said, where did I put that receipt? So we got the date, the document number, or the reference number, the vendor's name, what was purchased, why it was purchased, what business, maybe I have multiple businesses, maybe I'm doing this for somebody else, what business this applies to, and then especially for our small business owners may be operating with multiple accounts. They may have their business account and their personal account, and sometimes it can get easy to mix up which account it is on. I like to use a business credit card whenever possible. That way my business gets the reward points. Those reward points don't count as income currently. So there's some free income for you there without taxes. But then you can mark down on that receipt what account was used to make the purchase. And so if you have multiple accounts that you're operating out of and you want to make sure you've put that right, then that's the way to go. Also, if you are an S-Corp owner and you use a reimbursement structure as an employee of your own S-Corp, this could be a useful tool in managing those reimbursements. So now we've got our envelope. Of course, this is February when that receipt is January, but we've got the year, the month, and then for what business we're managing this for. So if you have that business showing up on your receipt as well as your envelope, now you can kind of see how there is a string of information that's going to be consistent throughout. So if you find maybe a Fixner receipt inside of your tax lab folder, different business, or a personal receipt inside your business folder, you might begin to ask yourself, okay, why is that? Is this a reimbursement that I'm putting in here? Why am I seeing a personal receipt in a business folder or envelope in this case? Okay, so now I've opened up this trifold, and I've got kind of 3 different sections here. In the first section, I have the document number and the document name or title, which we've created on the back of the receipt. Then we have the log of when it was put in and when it was possibly removed. So you're going to have 2 dates here. I'm going to write a line right down the middle here. So we've got on one side, we've got when we received or logged the document. Then if we ever take the document out permanently and move it to a new location, now we can log that as well. So let's say a personal receipt did end up in this file, and then it was maybe moved to another envelope. You can track that, so that way you can say, oh, hey, I remember that we did have that one personal receipt in with that. Can you find that for me? You're like, oh, I think I removed it, but where did I move it to? This would then be that logbook of where that document should be if it actually was here to begin with. So if you never move that receipt out, you're just going to see that side of the logbook. If you have moved it, it's going to be an entry on the other side as well. And you can move it in and out if you want. If you want to track it that way, you can move it in and out. Say I moved it to this folder, and then after it was scanned in, maybe you've got a scanning procedure you're adding in, I moved it back in. So there you go. Here are some a system by which small business owners can track their receipts, and it's a very detailed way of making sure that information is changing hands in a very structured way. Now, when we get receipts at Tax Lab, we do our best to do something similar, especially if we receive many receipts at the same time. This is why our service might cost a little bit more than some less let's just say that's why it's different here at Tax Lab, because we want to do things in such a way that we enrich the data, we improve the data, and we do it in such a way that it makes you a better business owner, a better person in finance, that you have the things you need to be better with money. Go to www.lab.tax, click on Advisory Services, get your free 15-minute interview to see if our services are right for you. I wish you all the success.